Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is February 3rd, 2016, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic calendar today, got a few things coming up today starting at 11:30 South African time. That's the AM. GBP number, PMI services number coming out. And then at 3:15 we have ADP non-farm payroll. It's preliminary numbers. Keep in mind that the numbers for ADP that's an ISM non-manufacturing PMI number. It's an inflationary number, manufacturing number, so it may have some sort of effect on the markets, although it's registered as a high priority news. We've seen before that it hasn't been high priority in terms of traders. And then at 5:30, weekly crude oil numbers coming out. So that's a major number to keep an eye on, especially as crude oil is selling off here. Looking at the markets, let's start with the Euro USD. Euro USD challenging its higher trading range here at 109.23, as you can see, and we're getting closer to 109.55. This was a beautiful trade, as we spoke about it before. We hit 109.36 and we sold off a little bit, but altogether, you know, we're at the top of the range as the non-farm payroll is coming out. So it's kind of apropos as these two news outlets correlate to each other this week. Looking at oil, we'll jump to oil first. Oil trading at $29.74, dipping below $30 a barrel again. The question is how far lower are we going to go? So we're looking at, you know, challenging this $28 level once more and seeing if it does bounce off of it. You know, I'd like to see it consolidate before it's going to go up. You know, to see it having some sort of a baseline for it to jump off of. Surely oil cannot stay at $28 a barrel just because, you know, it's so much in demand. Okay, and it's not cost effective for some of these companies to be producing oil and to be delivering oil at such prices. So they're going to have to raise the prices of oil sooner than later. We're going to jump back into Forex. USD CAD rallying here off of $39, off of 139 to 140.74. We have this nice bounce. The question is are we going to get back to this 146 level? And that remains to be seen. I would like to see that, a double top, because this was an extreme sell-off, and we did see it go from 134, 135 to 146 in just a few months, in a couple of months. And the question is it going to bounce again and then correct itself later on? So keep an eye on that. The Dow Jones yesterday sold off sharply. Okay, we're back down below 16,137, and we're trading just at 16,000 flat. So, you know, any good news is no good news, as this is following the DAX, or closer to the DAX. We'll look at the DAX just shortly. Just big sell-off in the DAX and on its dead lows. Looking at gold here, challenging its upper levels at 1127. You see here we had a little bit of a rally this week from 1,111. I was going to say 111, but it's 1,111 to 1,127. That's a $26 move, but we're challenging the upper limits of it, and you see that it's firming up. It's getting into what we call the beginning of a trend, or what looks like the beginning of a trend. So my price target for this towards the end of the year would be around 1,270, 1320. So no longer do I think that we're going to go back below $1,000 per ounce of gold, and I think we're going to get firmer, we're going to get stronger in terms of that. Looking at the GBP getting a little bit stronger. We're sold off yesterday from this big rally to 175-ish level, and now we're trading at 172. So a big sell-off in the price of the GBP Japanese yen. The question is are we going to hit this 175 level? It looks like we're correcting it, and this graph looks really, honestly, very, very similar to the sell-off that we just had in the Dow Jones. We had a big up move and then a big sell-off. So we've been mentioning that before. in our market review that it has some correlation with the New York Stock Exchange. We're going to look at the DAX here quickly. The DAX on its dead lows, as you can see here, trading at 9,498. And if we look at a weekly, we're really at a major threshold here. If we do break lower, we could see ourselves hitting 8,800-ish level, 8,500-ish level on the downside. So keep an eye on this as well. This is Razak at CMTrading. Have a great trading day.